Morning! Welcome to a drive with Sagas and also the space. I'll talk Mangisha. It's like you're on TV already.
Yeah, hey, we're rolling now. We're rolling. Gaya's Leo intro, the famous intro.
Yeah, man. Get it drive. I'm like, no, I want to be unique.
You want to be unique?
Yeah.
I know, but the platform is big. I've always been a fan of the podcast.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Since today, your early videos.
Yeah.
But I've never seen myself. I don't like talking about myself.
Why?
Nah,
Why?
I'm just that person. I find it very awkward to speak about Ayanda. Like,
I know.
You know.
I know.
It's either you know me, you're gonna ask me questions.
Yeah.
But about myself I find it a bit awkward. Maybe it's gonna get better. I'm cooler.
You know what? I was telling MK the other day at the center the same thing. Sometimes your story, Gwen, it might sound as if it's not interesting.
Nah.
But when you tell your story, you might find out
inspiring people.
100%.
Because that's what we do on radio. Radio,
yeah.
Sports, and then you hear stories, you meet people, your bulletins or sports, or your voice or whatever,
yeah.
Or even if you're doing radio, your radio job,
yeah.
You helped me get through school. I was listening to you, going through varsity.
Yeah.
So in you know, but it's actually true. That's the reality of what we do.
But Ayanda. Obano Ayanda.
Hey, Ayanda, Nyuswa. Intwana nje vethu yakhona la eKZN.
Yeah.
Originally from Umzinto.
Oh.
Emalangeni, that's in the south coast.
Yeah,
so that's where my father is from. Nyuswa. And yeah, but ngazalwa la eThekwini, grew up here in Durban. So my parents met la eThekwini.
Okay.
Uma was a big ville Mangwaneni.
Yeah.
So they met la eThekwini. They had my brother, they had me, I'm the last born.
Yeah.
So ukuzalwa nje la eThekwini, ukhula, grew up in different places around the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ngakhulela lana mfethu, but always went back home to see Salwazi and the family. But nje ukhula nje, I'm a Durban boy
100%.
Through and through. Yeah.
All right. The love for radio, like Ogwako, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
Everyone, myself included, we always want to do a 3-hour show, radio show,
yeah,
or 4-hour radio show. But we're like, no, I want to be on air, but for a few minutes.
It was actually not my decision, but I get you. Yeah. So the thing with me with the radio, I've always loved the radio. Growing up listening Ekaya. It was a radio family.
Yeah.
Okay. All the time, so it was always GagasiFM, and when I was with my parents, it was different radio stations. Okay. So even DYR at some point. So pretty much every station that I worked for. And radio, but I was a shy and timid kid.
Yeah.
And I'm still that person right now.
Yes,
actually.
yes.
So I'm very shy, very timid, very reserved. So I never, ever in my wildest dreams thought I would do that would require me to come out of my shell.
Yeah.
Whether it's about myself or other people, basically. So I never saw radio as something that I would do. My brother was actually the one who liked presenting Gakul. I know at some point he was going for auditions, we live
okay,
all those things around the time in Geno Mini. He was also going for those things,
yeah,
and he was good at it as well.
It?
You know, so he was the one. So with me, it wasn't that at all. In fact, for the longest time in Kula, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I literally had no idea.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Yo.
It was only until I got to varsity.
Yeah.
Because then it was something, I always say it happened by mistake, but as I grew up, I realized it was fate.
Yeah.
You know, so isn't this Ganjin as in airport? You know, because when I started the radio, it was 2016. I was doing my 3rd year ever seat at DUT, studying sports management.
Oh, that's where it started.
Yes, that's where it started. So, Nako doing his sports management.
You're not
ngiyafika angazi ukuthi ngizokwenzani.
Oh, okay.
Yabo, so ngiyashaya first year, ngishaya second year. I'm getting into my third year. I still don't know what I'm going to do with my life, and I'm going to be graduating after third year. So you can imagine the confusion, and I'm sure some people can relate to that. So go to say vasi, but you're not sure. So I was one of those people until a random day on campus. After classes, I'm a class up on that day. Okay. So we walking around, strolling around campus, not really knowing what to do with ourselves. And then we hear Radio DUT has auditions. They're looking for new presenters. Okay. So that was our campus radio station.
All right. I the campus. Sorry to
say I was at ML Sultan.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So Radio DUT was at Steve.
Yes.
Open house. So my friends were like, there's 4 of us in a group. One of them is like, "Hi, Mama Fitz, let's do auditions. Let's go and audition for this thing."
Yeah.
So we're like, "I still a song. Let's go. Let's so Suga Steve Suga ML Steve.
Yeah.
We don't even know where Radio DUT is. Yeah, because it was an open house, F floor, so we hadn't seen the station before.
Yeah.
And then we asked around, but still was no open house near Pezu.
Okay.
Sifika Pezulu, there's a lot of people obviously, and abantu kuninda email, send your demos. So siyafika lapana bukhona script.
Okay.
Yeah, but we didn't know what we were going to do anyway. I start script. I sluganeke umuntu ayikhona lakhe I record 2 minutes work. So there was like an opener, a line where you're doing a link.
Okay.
Basically a short link back announcing ingoma. They wanted to hear how you sounded, your voice yako, and if you can actually speak on radio.
Yeah.
I ngishayele nami ngefoni yami endala ngangingisaphatha tablets.
Yeah, I remember those times. Yeah. I remember those times.
So I record and then we email, all of us, we email our things. And then if it's a good insukwana, one of our friends, Utami, he gets a call back from Radio DUT.
Okay.
And then the 3 of us, it's quiet.
Yo!
Utami gets a call back to Ayanda. We like how you sound. Would you like to come and join the station? I think we had to do a challenge. And then after that, a social media challenge. And then after that, you're in a station.
Okay.
And then it's part of the 3 of us. So and if it's a response, hey, we regret to inform you, where did you go wrong?
Yeah.
And then they were like, the 3 of us, let's go and ask.
Yeah.
So Kevin was like, no, gents Hamban. So he wasn't very serious about the radio thing to try out. He was interested in other stuff. So my friend Usanele and I, we decide to go an open house on a random day.
Yeah.
We get to the office, Kona, the PR lady, Uzintle, and then Uzintle is like, "Sure, guys, how can I help you?" So we're like, "Hey, Zintle, we sent our staff. You guys haven't responded to us, so we just wanted to know what happened, what went wrong." Uzintle is like, "Guys, we got so many emails. I don't know what to tell you, but Rikodani Futi. Into Nasa script, let me hear how you guys sound now." She said, "Do it now."
Yo.
So we're like, "But we already recorded. What's how
Okay.
What's she listened and then she called us back in. What's I like how you sound.
Wow. Okay.
And unfortunately, my friend, it didn't work out. So at that time with Uzintle.
Yeah.
So that's basically how my radio career started. I like how you sound. I'm going to give you a call back later, a few days after. Bang Fonela, I did the social media challenge.
Yeah.
And then after that, Nafiga station. So when I got to Radio DUT, the first day of training, I didn't know what I was going to do. Radio job. Exactly. So I assume abantu know what they like to do on radio. So but I never knew what I wanted to do on radio.
Yeah.
So I kid you not, I get there the first day. There's a lot of us group. Our manager, it was from East Coast Radio. Usbu was our manager. So he literally comes into the room, Sanbonani, radio jocks this side, news and sports this side. And then abantu bahlukana. So man, you're saying me in the middle. I'm like, where do I go?
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, since well I'm a sports guy and I like talking about sports, I was like, what's in here left?
Right.
And that's literally how my radio career started.
Which was a good choice.
Yeah, it was a good choice. I felt like it's something that made sense for me kuleso sikhathi ukuthi hayi vele ngishaya sports ngiyathanda ukukhuluma kakhulu ngebhola and other sports, so why not?
Ayanda, let's say you weren't given a choice ukuthi ushone ngalaphi and then uvela unikwe a radio show, a normal a magazine radio show, would you have done it?
I think I would have given it a shot.
Okay.
I think ngangizoyizama given the fact ukuthi ngangisengifikile. You know, there's a difference between umuntu ahlangana nawe emgaqweni athi can you do this? Maybe you're going to be skeptical and say ay mfethu angaze ngiyenze radio, but now they've heard how I sound bayithandile voice yami.
Yes.
So now I can actually, it's very hard to say I know I'm not going to do it, so I was actually going to give it a shot. And then so I think it would have been an easy choice for me ukuthi ngizame mangenzeki ngihluleka, then I let it go.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was basically campus radio, and I did that from 2016 until 2019. So that was about 3 years.
3 years,
ngishaya. So ngekathi ngisaqala Sizwe, it was very relaxed, very chilled. I was doing it for fun.
No pressure.
You know, because ngangenza between classes, even when I was doing my BTech unyaka wes4, there was a time where I stopped futhi because I clashed nama class. And I also went to work at Virgin Active at the gym, and I was also doing other stuff, you know. But you know, so I always went and came back, until I got an opportunity to get DYR.
Okay.
Because the DUT at that time, is over.
Your change.
Yes.
Moving from campus radio to community radio. How did that come about?
So, with 2019, right? So Radio DUT, I think it was starting to dissipate.
Okay.
Because wakusake phela unyaka abantu beingane vele, so campus radio sasakaza while the students were on campus. So when the students are off campus, we went offline. Wakudlala music kuphela. Okay. You know, so it was that time of the year abantu baqedile ukubhala, the students are going back, and vele the station, it looked like you know, so there's the thing abantu abasafiki to their shows. Usbu is also, I think now he was focusing a lot on East Coast radio, you know, because he's had his own thing going on. So I remember it was actually me and Nohamza. We were doing a show, a Saturday breakfast together. I was co-hosting and doing sports. So it was around that time. I think we were literally the only ones who were going to the station. So your 7 is first vule lapha ngoki esingene shy shows go do.
You went on the entire day.
On the day. So it was like that. No one is coming in, but the mics are still there, the equipment is still there. And so so it was around that time. I know dog. So umuntu must start looking elsewhere. So a friend of mine and a guy was working at DYR already. So I'm message. I'm like, bro, what's I know Shaisa. What I'm sending in those about my demo, how I sounded. But I remember at that time I also was doing YouTube videos with my friend Usanel. You know, so I was doing sports, sports. It was a Sports Express show. So who edits? I was at DYR Sports. Had actually seen me on YouTube, and he heard the good thing. Sound kanjani, present kanjani. So when I came to him, he already knew. I was like, dude. He was like, come on.
I've been
when you are our host, you're gonna be hosting the show.
Wow.
Mind you, I'd never done a show of any kind before. Even on radio DUT, I was only used to doing stuff on camera and doing bulletins on air. So I come in the first day, this guy is like, I also win the show. So the show. So I joined the team, they welcomed me. What's on figure on a random Monday, Benzi show. I bang welcome, Nandi. So ngihlale. So ngekathi ngifika, he wangibiza ngathi ngizoba umuntu who's going to be shadowing the guys. So I come on the day, Umjita is like, no, we're going on air. CMON tonight. I'm like, what do you mean we're going on air? But you know, you're going to be the second analyst. So we show you it's a DYR. It was the host and the co-host, the analyst. So on any given day, it's about 4 or 3 or even more. So I feel unkuleko ati, I know you're going on end one. And I remember it was a weekend after Dlali Derby, Chiefs and the Pirates.
Okay.
So that was basically the entire show. So Skulumange Derby.
Yeah.
What you know you're gonna be analyzing. When you are ready, I've heard you, I know what you sound like. I know what you're about.
You believed in
you are ready.
Yeah.
And I got in Saishaya, and then Wahamba, I ended up hosting the show as the first voice.
Yeah.
So Shinchana, obviously, the other guys would do it on other days.
Yeah.
But the show it was 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And I would host, would bounce off each other. And that's where I feel like that's where the growth started happening. When I got to DYR,
yeah.
and you asked me, was a transition in Jani? It was a shock. Yogoti, a campus it was chilled, no one was running after you.
Yeah.
Now you have a sports editor,
yeah.
You have a team, a department in sports,
yeah.
At a radio station.
Yeah.
So that's the first time where I got to experience the seriousness of your radio.
Yeah.
Not to say Guti Campus Radio wasn't serious, but it was relaxed.
No, I get you.
It was relaxed. So a community, definitely, that's where I felt like my career really, really kick-started. Saya Pezu.
Yo, no, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about you now, moving from community to commercial.
Yes.
Which shocked me because I knew you were good and you are very good.
Yeah.
But like it's like being introduced to Gwen, and I was like, this guy is here already. Yeah. And I think it happened. Was it part Nunyaga, ne?
No, it was actually. It was. I started at Gagasi in December 2021.
Yeah.
So, yonkele process. It was a long process. Into your crash with Gagasi.
Okay.
So it delayed because of departmental changes. So I got interviewed. I got interviewed by Umemi, who was the programs manager at the time.
Yeah.
And then they had a restructuring of my departments, and Alex was now the HOD of Ilokuzani, the audience experience. Yeah. So I was interviewed the second time by Alex Nomakos.
Okay.
So it took long. Yeah, got something young, but December.
All right.
Yeah.
So in the part season.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. It was what part of the season, because the season I around April, May, and then I joined in December. So available commercial where you guys expect to go to Magpeli season in radio. You're expecting new people, you're worried about changes. Yeah. So with sport it's more consistent. So manje, you literally have to wait for a vacancy. And then we all apply. So it's not a rotation of change, it's not as regular as the on-air guys.
I didn't know that.
Where you expect, sports have been there for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit tougher for us because you have to wait for an opening, you have to apply my radio station ulinde for ithuba ukuthi nanokuthi futhi masesikhona leso sikhala bakukhumbule nawe ukuthi ekuse khona umjisi ethu sibanibani, let's give him a chance.
Yeah.
So it was that for me kuGagasi. I think uXolile left.
Yeah.
UXolile Mpisane,
yes.
She left the station after also being there for a while.
Yeah. And
then there was a vacancy. It was advertised. Everyone applied. Industry. We all applied for this one post.
Yeah.
Sports and I applied. So with DYR, and I was doing a show. And industry, including Muslim Sam.
Yeah.
So I knew already about Banga people who can vouch for you. When your name is being raised, can he do the work?
Yeah.
What is his track record? So it's very good. And you have people who can vouch for you.
Yeah.
So that's how I started, basically. And yeah, the transition was crazy. It was crazy. I would say, because lately my listeners, I always try not to put it in my head.
Yeah.
Because you realize that the platform is bigger. The community,
yeah.
It's regional, but it's Durban people, because the DYR I figure down.
Yeah.
But now it's the whole of KZN, it's the whole country. Because they're going to air before.
Yeah.
You listen to wherever you are.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're like, hey, I'm actually putting the mic on. And remember with me, I was on weekends.
Okay.
I was on weekends. And then few months after that, I went straight to the drive show. Yo. So can you imagine? I'm still adjusting to this new thing.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah.
This guy is like, hey, no, we're giving you the drive show.
Yo.
So, hey, yeah, it was crazy.
No. I remember when I started, Sonic I was shadowing with Sonic, and then he told me, he's like, for the first time, because there's a lot of people listening to me now. But we are because we get finally 7 at the end of the time.
You master the art of detaching yourself, or getting yourself out of your head. Because about every little thing that can work against you. You're gonna have a problem. What if what if I don't sound good? What if someone says something on social media? So all those factors come in, but when you just need to train yourself to block the noise, to block everything out, because that's when you perform your best, when you're able to focus on umsebenzi wakho and block out the noise.
What are challenges abhekana nabantu baka sports?
Sports, ne?
Yeah.
Sure. You know what? Like you mean like umsakazi we sports? Just looking at the media side.
Noma we sikwazi ukuthi sik break it down, starting ngokuthi as umsakazi and coming to the whole entire sports.
No, mfethu, you know what? I feel like the biggest challenge for especially umubuga radio, there are some radio stations that don't understand indlela yaga sports nendlela abantu abasebenza ngayo.
Okay.
So you'd find that people are in tune, or they are aware of what happens in news.
Okay.
And a lot of radio managers are actually guilty of this. Department of sports are by understanding the indlela ensebenza ngayo. You have to, because if you are on air, you have to do your on air stuff. You have to attend games. You have to attend media briefings. You have to basically do things outside of the station.
Okay.
And sometimes they fail to understand what is into sebenza kanjani. And that just basically speaks to umuntu not really understanding umsebenzi wakhe as a manager.
Okay.
You know, so understand the department, and that leads to many other things. You know, it's very hard to work when you're misunderstood. I'm not saying it's happening with me now.
No, I get you.
But generally, it's something that's generally found in the industry. By understanding department of sports and how we work. So that's one of the challenges that are really big. And so you just need the support. You just need to have the platform, and you just need to be understood by the people that you're working for. I feel like if your bosses understand you, and I've heard many people complain about, especially with radio, like say we have a department of sports, and we are doing this, we're doing that, but we're very misunderstood. We don't get equal treatment. Obviously, with the on-air guys or whatever, because you guys are doing sports, you're like contributors. But in Jegunaleo misunderstanding and not being able to treat abantu ngendlela right, you know, and this yazi ukuthi iyaba mistreatment with radio. As a platform itself. Whether it's your managers, whether it's your fellow workers. So now can you imagine with all of that, and you are just completely misunderstood in the way you do things, the support and so that was one of the, and that's something that I experienced even before Gagas. Especially before Gagas, when I was at DYR, when I was at Radio DUT. Radio DUT I department of sports. So you expect abantu to do sports by moyeni, to create content, to go on air, but you're not supporting them. There's no department.
You're on your own.
There's no editor. You're on your own, basically. Ngisuke campusing. Ngisuke lokuzana mina campusing nge station. I write everything. I prep myself. I do recordings of sound clips. I go on air. You're expected to deliver. You know, but obviously it's different with commercial. But that's basically one of the biggest challenge that people found generally looking at sports on radio. I'm not sure on TV how it is. Maybe it's different, but to be radio, there's a lot of things of abantu being misunderstood. No guy understand the department.
I get you.
Yeah, that happened a lot with me in the past. With not getting support, especially with DYR and Nasaraino DUT. That was a really big challenge. Yeah.
A relationship with other sports anchors from other departments. No, I don't want to say department. Other radio stations, other TV channels and so forth. Ibanjan, when you guys meet Lapanaguma games and so forth, do you ever share stories and your experiences? Or so now Ayanda's from Gagas, I'm from X radio station, I might be better than him.
You know what the crazy thing is? I always say, when it comes to inspiration and being inspired by people, I'm always inspired by abantu abaseduze.
Yeah.
So people who are closest to me. Abantu engibabonele eduze. You know, we obviously have our own models, but the people who are closest to me inspire me the most. So even before I got to Gagasi, Sports Mchita, Simto, you know, guys like that, you look up to them, you say Oliver Basshai Span, you basically give them props. You know, so I've always been that person to give people props. Even Usbu Zul. You know, Usbu was killing it when I started at DYR.
Shout out to Makeb.
Yeah, Makeb. Yeah, so he was killing it when I was starting, and if it's at DYR, the initiation in inverted commas, babekutshela ukuthi akusela wakhona Sports Mchita sekugagasi manje wakhona uSbu Zulu, he's on East Coast Radio now. So basically it's possible. So if you take yourself seriously, they made it happen kwenzeka, it's possible. You know, so I always treat people with that respect, and mangihlangana nabantu bangaphandle, especially the industry guys, you respect them. I'm inspired by people. So I feel threatened by umuntu who is good. When someone is good, and you build that relationship, and you allow yourself to be inspired by that person. So yes, at the end of the day, we're all fighting for, you know, to be prominent or hey, Ayanda is the best or whatever. I feel like if I'm doing my thing, man, if I'm good at what I do, if people give me props, that's good. But yeah, I also don't deal very well with the praise. Praise like mentally, it really doesn't sit well. Adjust because I feel like it daily pressure you know, so I don't mind they like my work or I'm good, but I don't do well with getting a lot of praise, you know. So I usually like praising other people and being inspired by abanye abantu and trying to better myself by using other people as a yardstick, but not in a way so I'm using that person as a yardstick to better myself, improve. So I do that a lot with the guys in the industry, even guys who are not on radio, because we interact with different people. There's writers, there's TV presenters who do sports, there's bloggers, there's podcasters, there's different people. And I always look at their work ethic and I take inspiration from that.
I think you are such a very committed person. I've seen you working, and I've seen how serious you take your job. For Umuntu Osekai, who wants to be on radio and who wants to do sports, especially because in Kuluma now we are specialized, what can you say to them?
Sure. Hey, Kunzima, Vana, industry, I'm not gonna lie.
It's not as glamorous as people think it is.
It's not as glamorous as people think. And also, you know, obviously we all have different journeys. But is very, it's very tough. Because ayiko I formula ebegi ukuthi uzofunda for 3 years, uzoshaya in-serve yakho at a selected radio station, bese uzongena ku-commercially, ungene kwi-national radio station and you're gonna pop. There's no formula. So basically it's gonna take as long as it takes. So musuqalile, like I did radio for 6 years before I got on commercial.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Yeah, but that's half of what I've done. But considering you are young,
yes,
I thought it took you about 2 years.
I started radio when I was 20. Gangena with Gagasi when I was 26. So I was doing campus radio. I did ETYR for about less than 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I got to Gagas. So we are born sonke lesikhathi lesi, and the baningi abantu esaqala nabo who fell along the way because they weren't patient enough.
Yeah.
Or they found other interests. Umuntu athi hayi othi ngivele ngenze okunye manje lento ye-radio ayisebenzi. It's taking very long. So you have to do your time in radio. You have to do your time. And sometimes futhi lento yokublow up early, it can also work against you.
Yep.
In the fact ukuthi you don't really get experience.
Yeah.
Got trial and error. Because khona lo trial and error wenzeka uma kwi community.
Yes.
Na kwi campus.
Yes.
Yeah, but khona lo trial and error no balekile, that period where you are making mistakes on air. You are sounding terrible. Bakutshela ukuthi lungisa la.
Yeah.
And you can't do that on commercial radio. You know, lapha ufika usu-polished. Yonke into yakhe iyahamba ubheke phambili.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my advice. The biggest thing, you have to do your time. You have to be patient. You have to love the job.
Yeah.
If you don't love the medium, if you don't love the industry, don't do it.
Yeah.
Do not do it.
Yeah.
Because if you love the medium, if you love the industry, you're going to be able to deal with, excuse me for the French, the bullshit that goes on.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you'll be able to enjoy the journey. Yeah. You'll be able to enjoy that.
Yeah.
And you'll be able and be able to not to begazele in a bad way, but to be able to deal with, because no industry is perfect.
Yeah.
Industry is perfect, just like any other industry.
100%.
But it's
not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen, and you might pop for like a while, a short while, like a gig, but it can go off very easily.
Yeah.
Because behind the passion is the work ethic, your commitment to your job,
Yeah.
really respecting the platform,
Yeah.
understanding you know, I know I know radio is about your personality.
Yeah.
That's why they call it personality radio. Yeah, because umuntu is tuning in to listen to Usizwe. As much as we GagasiFM, if they're listening to your show, ngizolalela Usizwe.
Yeah.
Osakaza kwi Gagas.
Yeah.
Ngizolalela Ayanda.
Yeah.
Oshaya sports kwi Gagas.
100%.
So kumele ukubeke nawe engqondweni lokho ukuthi, like say, I'm not doing this for myself. Yes, it's a passion that I'm feeding into. Got to platforming again, it's very important.
Yeah.
And respecting abantu asebenza nabo.
I love what you're raising this, because after angusho look in a bad way.
Yeah.
After ngithathwe iGagas, ngibona ukuthi a lot of abantu engisondelene nabo now sebefuna ukwenza ama demo. They start asking me ukuthi hey demo ngiyenza kanjani? I want to try this out. I'm like, okay, abantu masebebona omunye umuntu engena bayitshela ukuthi it's easy, and namanje ngoba kukhona ama competition akhona, I see a lot of people no, I just want to try it out. I just want to try it out. It's not about just trying it out. Love it. Have uthando for lento ofuna ukuyenza.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess like I said, our journeys are not the same. So mhlawumbe umuntu might try it out abenenhlanhla angene, and then uma sungaphakathi you develop the love for it. So like with me, njoba ngisho ukuthi radio was never into esengqondweni yami ukuthi ngifuna ukuyenza uma sengimdala when I grow up. You know, but I got an opportunity. It happened, ngangena, and I grew the love, I grew the commitments, I grew the passion.
Yes.
Singing apart. Yabo. So kwangisiza ke nokuthi vele ke zemidlalo ngiyithanda. I love sports. You know, so that helps as well. But yeah, it has to come from inside, bro. Because kumele kube naleya nto leya oyifeedayo engaphakathi.
Yeah.
You have to feed that monster.
Yeah.
And when the light goes off, when that fire goes off, I know a lot of people they stop. That's when you stop, basically. And I also believe when the fire goes off, because I probably, you know, you can't predict the future, but I don't see myself doing a radio for the rest of my life.
100%.
I do have other interests as I get older, but right now the fire is still burning inside.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be feeding to it. I'm going to be fueling it.
Future plans?
Future plans, more of the same. in terms of radio, I'm also trying out TV.
What?
I'm also trying out TV. I've done camera work, but to do my podcasts. But I have huge aspirations of doing sports presenting on TV.
Okay.
I believe I do have the potential for it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So that's something that's definitely on the cards for me in the next 5 years. Ukuthi angithanda ukubeka ama time frames kakhulu, because kwesinye isikhathi izinto they don't happen the way you plan them. But I would say in the next 5 years, we'll come back to this podcast. Drive Usagaze.
I hope it'll be huge by that time.
Yeah, it's a manifestation. In the next 5 years, we're gonna be cooking in Ghana for TV. I don't want to stop radio though. That's the thing. Yeah. So, but it's possible to juggle both. Yeah. Radio, TV. I've been dabbling in some sports commentary as well. Nakhona futhi potentially khona, because kwesinye isikhathi izinto we discover uma uzenza yabo, because le nto ye-comment nayo iyavela ukuthi ekuse nali ithuba la khona umuntu ongekho akafikanga come and fill in ungene.
You've done that?
Yes, I've done commentary. Just last weekend we KZN Premier's Cup, there was a live stream. We're doing there were football games, shy commentary. So I've done that. So I've done that. But I'm still not sure if I want to pursue it fully. Given the commentator.
But that's very exciting.
It is exciting. It is exciting, and it feeds to the passion, because it's a platform. It's still sports. But still, I'm still behind the mic. I'm just presenting in a different way. Because the commentary I find with normal presenting. So what I'm saying is, the possibilities are endless. But specifically looking at the radio and the TV, those are my main focus points. Going forward, I don't want to stop the radio, and I'm really, really interested in pursuing the TV.
Would you leave KZN?
Hey, no, definitely, no. Because I was born here, I grew up here, done everything here. So KZN is definitely on the cards. Opportunity, the right opportunity, to go away, whether it's in, I don't know, Joburg, even overseas. But within the country or even abroad. An enticing opportunity, an opportunity that's going to allow me to grow. So bona second half from then. We always come back home. But if something is going to feed into our growth, and feed into what we love, you know, and the reality is that our job can at some point
take you anywhere.
You know, it can take you anywhere in the world. You know, so when that opportunity comes, you have to grab it.
Before I let you go, anything else do you want to mention?
Just in general? I'm not really one to give advice to people, because I ngithanda this day motivation also to motivate. But yeah, man, I feel like we're living in very, very tough times right now as a country. So going back to the point that I said, to soften the blow, because we already have so many cards stacked against us. Economic it's very tough. So the least you could do is love what you do, to soften the blow, and make sure and yeah, man, love yourself, love your close, your family, people who are close to you. And basically take it from there, bro. Like we live, we survive every day. So we're just gonna keep it moving.
Socials?
Social media. Uzongfollow ke umuthande zemidlalo ngoba mina angipost ngezinye izinto bakwethu uzothola nje sports ku timeline yami from top to bottom. So Twitter, basically Twitter and Instagram, it's AT Nyuswa. Okay. A for Ayanda, T igama lami lesibili lasesikoleni nge-English. Bese kubo Nyuswa.
Yeah.
Facebook it's Ayanda Nyuswa, and yeah, TikTok it's 18 Nyuswa, Instagram and Twitter 18 Nyuswa, and then Facebook it's Ayanda Nyuswa. Angazi noma ikhona any platform engishiyayo bakwethu.
Oh yeah, TikTok as well?
Ngiya TikTok mfethu, but ngisaqala no angwenza ama challenge. So yonke into mfethu yami on socials is sports.
Yeah.
So TikTok, I'm still trying to figure it out. Because manje bengisenza ama video, recording myself doing bulletins, recording ama press conferences of coaches speaking, but not obviously putting everything out there, just snippets. Because abantu babona ukuthi khambani. And yeah, attraction ikhona because you know with TikTok you find your niche. Abantu abathanda leyo nto bazokufollowa, ba react, ba comment kuleyo nto leyo. So yeah, ngisaqala lento ka TikTok, I'm still trying to figure it out. Ngisafuna iformula yami kahle engizoyisebenzisa, engizohamba nayo nje. Yeah, so I'll figure that out as I go.
Brother, thank you so much, man, for coming through. I hope so sebenza ndawonye soon.
Yeah, I know. Cool. Already working together, Chief.
No. I mean,
you mean like because sebenza ndawonye yodwa, but not working together. But yeah, I know what you mean, man. No, definitely. I'm
like, okay.
Yeah. I know, that's dope. It's Kubeka very cool platform. I'm a big fan of the podcast, as I said. The Drive Usagazi.
As he has just said, guys, this is the Drive Usagazi, and we're out.